So here we are then, guys, on the final stretch, the final chapter of the F1 2006 Career Mode Series. This is episode number 10, I believe, of Season 5. If you haven't seen any of the other episodes in this series, I recommend you go check them out right now. We've had quite the journey, and now we are looking to finish off the job in the next 7 or 8 episodes, however long it takes to win this darn championship. We've been working towards this for the last, how long? Like 2 years? 2-ish years? We started, and we're now in a position where we have our best chance to win the title. Nothing is for sure though, nothing's guaranteed. We're only leading by what I believe is 5 points over Fernando Alonso, if I'm not mistaken. There he is, the main man himself, who just retired from Formula 1 in the last day. As of recording this, yesterday he retired. Crazy how it all works. But we're off for the next episode, the next Grand Prix. It is the Grand Prix of France. I believe this is an OP circuit for us, if I remember correctly. So we'll go to that Grand Prix, kick off, and try and finish what we started. And hopefully I'm not too rusty. That could be my greatest undoing.
The wonderfully serene, rural peace here at Magny-Cours is about to be shattered as we enter phase 1 of Saturday's qualifying session.
So here we are then, at probably one of my most OP circuits on this entire game. It's quite fitting that we're actually coming back here. I probably need to not be thrown into the deep end, such as the brutality of this game and the position in the championship we're in. We just have so much to lose. It is quite comforting knowing that I'm coming to this circuit to bail me out of trouble. Like I said, oh my goodness, that is... So you see what I mean? The rust is well and truly real. The last time I played this game was just before F1 2018 came out, so a good few months ago. I need to find all my bearings again. Oh, you can take these corners with such insane amounts of speed now in this McLaren. I've not been used to a car this fast. Okay, a bit deep in there. But this should be our first representative lap. We basically leapfrog over the curb to go provisional pole position in qualifying 1. That's a 12.8. Let's return in the pit lane and see what everyone else has done. But that's pretty solid. Right off the 2 seconds clear of Fernando Alonso. That's not fair.
We'll continue in a few moments with the second knockout session, where we'll decide grid positions 16 to 11.
How are the AI so slow here? I really don't understand. This is just like an abnormal amount of advantage we have. We should not be this fast versus the AI. We've got the hardest difficulty, but seems like it's not enough. At this rate, this will be a 2-race episode if we dominate the AI this much, but I don't know. In saying that, we have come unstuck here at this circuit before. I remember a couple of years ago, I was probably leading one of my first ever races on this game. Had the opportunity to win the race, and crashed out from the lead with only a lap or 2 to go. So, even though we have all this advantage, I can't get ahead of myself. Even with heavy fuel, the car feels really good. You feel the weight, obviously, but it's still pretty agile, whereas at some other circuits, the same cannot be said. Through here, we just flow the car beautifully. It's almost like I am used to this game. It's like I've never left. It's actually quite amazing how the skills are still kind of there. I like it. I don't know how I was so bad when I first started playing this game, but we just continue to get better and better. The more we play it across the line, that should not be legal, but it is. 14.4. That should be good enough for pole position. 12 minutes to go. The AI is still in the 16, so they will burn off their fuel, but I don't know if it'll be enough. They're in the 15s now, so we'll keep an eye on it. 1.3 seconds to Alonso with 4 minutes to go. Could go out there again, but I think we're actually pretty safe. That is pole position for the French Grand Prix and our return in what's been a... how long? 4-month break. I'll take it.
So there we have it. From 10th to pole, the grid order looks like this. Great qualifying session. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm sure you have too. Looking at the grid lineup, there seems to be a number of intriguing battles waiting to be resolved on race day. We look forward to sharing it with you. Goodbye.
Alright, so we have Alonso P2. Schumacher that's the wrong Schumacher I was looking at down in P10. That's Ralph. Michael is in P4. So, they're still keeping the pressure on. Most importantly, I want to win this race. I have this weight of expectation upon myself that I need to win this race. We only lead by 5 points in the driver's standings. I know that's a lot more than what it would be in modern F1, given that the points that are awarded back then are a lot lower, but still. I don't want to leave anything to chance. This game is so brutal. The most secure of positions can be taken away from you in an instant, and you just never see it coming sometimes. So I want to avoid that at all costs if I can. Win this Grand Prix, and then move on to the next one. One race at a time. It's time for the race.
Welcome to Manicourt, 2.6 miles of the smoothest tarmac you'll ever find. This is the French Grand Prix.
We have a clear grid and the drivers are ready for the off. And the field move away to begin the parade lap.
Here we go again. If you guys are hyped about this series returning, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to see plenty more F1 2018 content. Apologies about the lengthy break I've had while I was in the UK. I'm back now and should hopefully be doing videos most days. The goal will be to do stuff daily if I can. But let's start off well. Let's start off right. Let's get this race win. And win the fight. I don't know. I was trying to rhyme, but it didn't work.
Okay, we're looking for a race victory today. Being on the front row of the grid, you're in a great position to make it happen.
I'll try to win if I can, boss. Thanks for the extra pressure. But yeah, I wouldn't mind playing tracks like this on the modern F1 game. I wish there was like DLC or something that we could play that would keep us entertained in the off season. Classic cars are nice, but I think classic tracks is probably where it's at for additional content. Coming up to the start-finish line, so I should probably put my things back on. For those of you who don't know and maybe new to the series, these cars have traction control enabled. I believe ABS, maybe, I'm not too sure. But there are little aids there that help the car be more drivable in this era of F1. But let's do this. French Grand Prix.
It seems like an age for the drivers waiting for the lights to signal the start of the race.
Manual starts. Need to remember that. I can't just assume that the car's going to drive. I can't assume the car's going to drive away itself. It's been a good start.
You're in front out of the first corner. Next is Alonso. Next is Massa.
He's still P4, though he is squabbling away with his teammate, though. Need to watch out for that. Truly P5, my former teammate. Shout out to the boys in the Toyota in midfield, trying to do their bit. Let's make sure I don't get drilled into a braking zone. That is also something I'll need to watch out for. The AI are a bit erratic on this game. They do not care if they drive into the path of you. It's down to you to avoid them, really. Things to watch out for in this race. Auto spin curbs and just in general corner cutting warnings. Those are the two things that'll probably get us undone today. And also oil strips. I bloody hate those things on this game. I can't wait till we're done with this playthrough series, and I don't need to worry about it for the rest of my YouTube career until Cody's put them in their games.
The car condition indicator is showing green tyres. They've heated up nicely now. Grip should be good.
Oopsie. World's most expensive McLaren lawnmower right here. Call me if you need help with some backyard services. Do you guys even have, like, lawnmowers in the UK? I know that's a really stupid question, but you guys have really, really small backyards, and some of you guys don't even have yards, from what I've seen. Do you guys use a whippersnipper? Is that a thing, whippersnipper? It's a thing that you hold, and it's got a spinny thing that cuts up the grass. I feel like whippersnipper is, like, a really Australian word, and you guys have some other kind of connotation for it. That's what happens when I don't concentrate and start talking about whippersnippers all day. Again, lawn mowing services, hit me up. Because let's face it, I've got to do something after this career mode is done. There's only 5 seasons of this, and then that is that. Oh no. See, that really scares me. You have to use those curves. It's so tight through there. And I fully understand the plague of being a pad user. You have to commit to your line, and you can't correct after you've made your initial turn in, so you really just have to deal with what you've got. And sometimes what you've got is a face full of barrier. It's not the one, Chief. Despite the scares though, it's 3.4 seconds to Alonso. We are stretching the gap quite nicely. I think the less I think about crashing, the better I do.
You just put in your best time through sector 2.
Oh, that's a cut. Got away with it. Charlie Whiting must have been sleeping. I am a lucky boy. Oh, that could have thrown the car in any direction. Oh no. Problem. I don't know where the pit lane is. Actually, I think instead of turning right for the final chicane, I just go straight, don't I? Oh my goodness. Concentrate, Benjamin. Is it here? Yes, it is. There is the pit lane. Thank goodness I remembered where that was. Into the lane we go. E-I-E-I-O. Manual pit stops. Kind of forgot about that. Square, triangle X, and then circle. Away we go for an 8.7. Not the greatest in the world, but that should be fine with the massive lead we have at the moment. That is driving dangerously close to the right-hand side pit wall, but I'll digress. Onto the circuit once again. Massa still needs to make his final stop. I think Alonso made an early stop, and he's still somehow out in front of the Ferrari. Tidefeld, I believe, needs to make another stop. Yeah, either way, we're looking comfortable. And right on cue, oil. Yeah, you're not going to catch me this time, are ya? Guys, we're about to do something I don't think I've ever done before in F1 2006 career mode. We are about to lap someone. In 2 years, 40 plus races, in what is only like a 10 or a 15% race, we're going to lap someone. This has never happened. Please, do they have blue flags? Do they know what happens when a faster... Okay, well, yeah. At least that's coded into the game. I was genuinely worried that they wouldn't know what the hell a blue flag is. That's not invented yet in F1, surely. But no, thank you. Thank you, Liverpool Studios, who made this game, for incorporating blue flags into your AI. Sometimes that is a very hard concept for AI to accept, that a faster car is coming, especially like in qualifying or something. They just drive on the racing line as if you're not even there. We've got another couple of lap cars to negotiate, and then that will be another victory in our campaign for the championship. What is that? And what is that line? No wonder the AI is so slow.
In the lead.
Only 1 lap to go. Race finish in 1 lap.
Thank you. You're not making me any less nervous. Blue flags, blue flags. Look at this, one last time going through here. That's flat out. I didn't even do that in qualifying. Really throwing the balls to the walls in this last lap. I could go for the fast lap if I really wanted to, but that'd just be plain silly given what's at stake in this race. Oh, the back end is starting to slide a little bit too. 1.5 tenths up through the middle sector split, so that's great. 10 plus seconds back to Alonso. It's not even coming up on the leaderboard. That's how much of a lead we have at this stage, but this is a bit of an anomaly though. This is the weakest track for the AI, and we take full advantage with another victory.
That's a truly momentous win. You take maximum points from this Grand Prix.
Come on. That's another one. One step closer to the championship. The belief is starting to kick in.
Alonso should hang on to finish second. It's been another exciting Grand Prix here in France, and it's a great start to this second spell in Europe.
So there we go, 24 seconds to Alonso. That has got to be the most dominant victory I've had on this game. We didn't really make any mistakes. We didn't let our foot off the throttle, really. We kept the intensity right throughout the Grand Prix. Lights to flag victory. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I am not giving the AI I'm not giving them any chance to get back in this fight. I've lost too much. I've seen too many things in this career mode series to give it up. 78 points is the difference. 78 points is the lead in the top of the championship over Alonso, who's on 71. 7 points back. I finally got my words out of what I meant to say. That's just what this game does to me. 121 points is Renault sitting atop. We might be able to overtake Ferrari if things go our way for the final few races. But yeah, what Actually, we're not that far behind the leaders in the constructors. I don't know what I'm playing at. I should just end this episode right now before I make things worse. Why does everyone's head look like they're swollen? Why do I look like I'm about 60 years old? I don't know. F1 2006 graphics there for you. But guys, that's been this episode for today. Next episode is the German Grand Prix. I believe it is the, it's not Hockenheim, it is Nürburgring. Which, from what I remember, has a lot of interesting corners that can catch you out. And that Grand Prix will be hotly contested for the front three teams. You won't see a dominating display like this for the rest of the season. Like I said, this was the most OP round for the player. So we're definitely going to have our work cut out for us going forward. I needed to make sure I got the win here because, yeah, like I said, the advantage that we have at this circuit in particular was way too strong to ignore. Team are happy, which is nice to see. We've got a good bout of momentum on our side. We won the last episode as well at Indianapolis. Schumacher retired in that Grand Prix. Alonso retired in that Grand Prix as well. And in the previous episode to that, we might have done pretty well as well. But yeah, only I think 6 or 7 rounds left in this F1 2006 season. So we've got to make sure we finish on a high, take this championship, maybe even the constructors as well. Let's go over to that page as well while we're here. We're on 116 points. For some reason, I thought the lead was huge for Renault. It's not. It's literally nothing. We could take both championships if we want to, if we can. Montoya, my teammate, he's fairly solid, fairly fast at some rounds, but he's not very consistent. So it's going to be tough to take both titles, in my opinion. But heading into the next episode, the German Grand Prix, it's going to be a good one, hopefully. See some good racing. We're certainly going to have to fight for the race victory in that one. We may not even win. We may not even be fast enough to win that one. I can't really remember what the strengths and weaknesses of myself and the AI are at that circuit. But I'm going to stop talking now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this inaugural return episode to F1 2006. I'm excited to finish it off and get that monkey off my back, shall we say. If you're new to this series, I implore you to check out the last 4 seasons and get up to speed with what's been happening. Turn on notifications as well on my channel. A lot of my videos haven't been sending to sub boxes lately, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Until the next episode, the German Grand Prix. I'll see you next time.